Yup. She may be old and cranky, but she always gets the job done.
I'll keep my distance then. I'd like
Jetzt
to
haben wir
keep all my
den
parts.
Special Agent
Oh,
hier
shut up.
kopiert. Das heißt, wir können gleich im Krankenzimmer bestimmt eindringen. Wenn wir die neue Signatur aktivieren.
So how long you been in Nordson now?
6 months, give or take. Starting to get settled, I think.
All right. Sir, you have new orders for us?
Yes. You are relieved from guard duty. Head to the elevator and go down to the surface.
Understood. How should we proceed when we reach the ground?
Await further orders. We are organizing a search for the fugitive.
Acknowledged. Let's go, Cullen.
All right. That should keep them busy for a while.
Snooze-Packung. Die haben hier Snooze. Krass.
Snooze, an old-fashioned type of snuff. Not too common in the city. Various medicals.
Kann ich nichts machen. Verbinde blaue Schachtel.
It's filled with cannulas. Those little needle things used to connect an IV. Got one. Okay, now what?
Heilen wir die mal. Pieps.
Katrina, how do you feel?
Ow. Like $1,000,000, sister.
Who did this to you, Katrina?
That hag. What's her name? The foul-mouthed woman at City Hall?
Stina Ruth?
Yeah.
Okay.
Stina
I need
Ruth.
you to repeat that to some police officers. Can you do that for me?
I don't know about that. Sounds like you need my help, sister. What's in it for me?
Please, Katrina. Now is not the time to argue. Your child is in danger.
Wait, what? Did something happen?
I didn't want to have to tell you this, but your child was taken from the apartment.
No. Fuck. Okay, I'll help.
Hilf mir.
She
Das ist
came
richtig
out of
sehr
nowhere,
dumm, sondern
touched my forehead and everything
Das
went
hier.
black. My knees caved and I could feel something greedily carving through my mind, nibbling at my memories. It was terrifying.
And you're 100% sure that Councilwoman Ruth did this?
I'm positive. I saw her clearly. Strangely enough, she didn't seem to care about hiding from me at all.
Did you get a sense of what information she was looking for?
Not really.
sie dachte
but
sicher, dass sie so
the whole
so gut wie
process
tot
felt
ist.
frantic, rushed.
Why do you think she spared your life after this attack?
Fuck if I know. Maybe she was interrupted or she just assumed I would never wake up.
This creates some doubt about the Councilwoman's story, Agent. But I still can't let you go.
But why? Do you really think I could do something so terrible?
It's not that simple. Stina Ruth, a respected and powerful person in Nordson, claims that you conspired with the Conduit to murder Leonard Dahl. A suspected Conduit member is hardly a trustworthy witness under those circumstances.
But I slept through the whole night in my room. You have to believe me.
Who can confirm that?
I can, to some extent. I know she entered her room at around 10. But after that, I went home.
Feierabend.
Hey,
Oder
Marvin.
Reiheabend.
Didn't you have the night shift that day?
Oh yeah. Nothing happened that night until you guys came back in the morning.
How could I let this... You're free to go, Agent.
That's a relief. Let's work together to stop her now.
Yes,
Stina
I'm
Ruth.
sorry. She got into my head somehow, and I felt powerless to stop it. Forgive me, Uncle. You were right all along. I'll resign and give command back to you.
I accept. We've all made mistakes, Gabriel. I'm proud of you. It takes a man to admit when he's wrong. Now, Agent England, how would you like to proceed?
Stina is an ex-agent and extremely dangerous. Given my training and background, I'm best suited to deal with her. Stay vigilant and be on the lookout. but do not engage with her unless you have no other choice. I will handle her alone.
Understood. Oh, and before I forget, here's your weapon.
Good.
Geil.
I'll need that. Thanks. Let's meet up later at the station. You'll leave a deputy to keep an eye on her, yeah? She's far from harmless.
Of course.
Now, with that out of the way, it's time for us to have a serious talk.
Can't wait, sister.
Please, Katerina. I'd like to find your child, but I
Katerina.
can't go before you give me some answers.
Kathy.
Fine.
Ach,
Ask
das
your
ist
questions
es.
Okay.
Kathy
Before we
Rain.
begin, we have to disable that device in your arm.
You're in luck. I can't feel it anymore, so the doctor must have taken it out.
You know anything about that, Deputy?
Yeah. Dr. Pearson had some theory about a foreign object in her body causing the coma. He cut out a small device from her arm.
Noted. I'll have to ask him about that when I'm done here.
Dr. Pearson.
I think it's time for some honest answers then, Katerina. Are you trying to revive AI?
What do you think? Did you happen to skip past the conduit section in all those textbooks of yours?
I didn't, but I'm trying to understand your perspective. What could be worth repeating the horrors of the collapse?
AI had nothing to do with that. Alarmists and doom prophets were responsible. The old world was a place of wonder, you know? Limitless wealth and prosperity. And we threw it all away.
We had to look out for ourselves first. Our families, our children. There was too much at risk.
It's an irrational fear. Are we really that scared of anything greater than us? People treat AI as some outside force with an intent to destroy us all. AI is our own creation, our progeny. What sane parent would fear their children surpassing them? We're still seeing things through the eyes of the fucking primitive predators we really are. Kill or be killed. Anything remotely resembling a threat must be destroyed.
It was an act of defense, Katerina, not one of aggression.
I used to be just like you. I wish Maya was alive. She could have helped you understand.
Try me, Katerina. I'm really doing my best to understand.
What's the point? You'll only use the information against me. You'll take my child away or worse. If you want my confession, you have it. Yes, I'm guilty of trying to save humanity.
Interessant.
Yes, I'm guilty of trying to awaken Huldra, what you'd call an AI superintelligence powered by a singularity.
I have a recording where Maya called your child a vessel for Huldra. You're trying to create a human-AI hybrid, right?
You're wasting time. I'll tell you everything when my daughter is safe in my arms. Until then, I'm not saying another word.
Na, das ist ein Wort. Okay, dann Arvid.
Keep up the good work, Deputy. Sorry about the whole jail thing.
Trying my best, ma'am. And, yeah, you really pulled a fast one on me there.
Na dann, gleich mal zu Dr. Pearson und mit ihm reden. Über die komischen Geräte, die er aus dem Arm operiert hat. Pearson!
Dr. Pearson?
Ah!
Whoa, relax.
Don't sneak up on me like that.
Sorry about that. I was told you found something in Katerina's arm.
Oh, yes. A small tubular implant right here.
Thanks. Have you been able to determine what it does?
No, I can't make head nor tails of it. I'd suggest asking an engineer.
Fair enough.
Engineer.
Have you checked the other bodies for similar objects?
Maya had a peculiar wound on her wrist, but no implant. It is possible that the killer cut it out.
And Carl?
Oh.
Alas, he was cremated before I got a chance. The next of kin was really fussy about that.
Damn. Where are the ashes?
Still in the oven. I was about to collect them.
That one?
No, the one in my kitchen.
Excuse me?
I'm joking. You really need to lighten up, you know?
I'll worry about that when the case is solved. Excuse me, Doctor.
Tja,
Appears to be a small crematory. Appears to be a small...
Aschebehälter.
Wow, the implant is still intact. It must be made of some strong materials.
2 Implantate haben wir. Wie können wir herausfinden, wo Stina Ruth lebt? Können wir das sicher an der Polizeistation nachschauen? In Andersons Büro. Adressen.
I don't need to look that up. I don't think that... I don't need to...
Ja, ich verstehe.
I don't think I need to look... I don't think...
Stina
Alright,
Ruth.
looks like her address is at 5 Lindgren Street. I think that's up the stairs opposite Walter's shop.
Okay. Dann können wir auch in den Bereich endlich rein. Ich muss wirklich mal schauen, wie man eine Aufnahme, sagen wir, pausieren kann. Der Schuppen hier.
A diploma for especially distinguished service, signed by the bureau director. It's probably from back when Stina retired. An old badge from when Stina was a police officer in the city.
Interessant. Flasche.
That's the biggest bottle of booze I have ever seen.
Babyzubehör.
Various items to care for a baby. Stina must be the kidnapper.
Babynapper.
A discarded beer bottle. I don't need to mess with that.
Eine Zigarette in der Haut, die noch brennt.
A number of empty glass vials in a neat package.
Kassetten, die nehmen wir mal an uns bestimmt.
There were a couple of tapes here.
Tapes.
Looks like Stina when she was about my age. She used to be quite pretty. A smoker
Aschebücher.
too. It seems that Stina is a woman of many vices. Looks like this hasn't been functional for a while. A few identical bottles. I would guess they contain alcohol.
Und dann das Bettchen. Wir können es auch mal scannen.
Whoa.
Spuren von Blau.
If those vials were filled with pure blue, Stina has one serious addiction.
Gut zu wissen. Haben wir schon.
Not even a blanket? Stina must like to sleep rough.
Spielen wir die mal ab.
Report number 3. After roughly a month of surveillance, I am sure there are no more than 3 people in the group. The leader and the young couple. I have been unable to determine the location of their mainframe, but it must be in one of the key locations here in Nordsund. They rarely go down to the ground. The shack in the junk heap appears to be connected to a large makeshift antenna, so they may have access to long-range communications. The leader keeps referring to her wrist implant as a key, but I'm not sure to what. In any case, we should make sure to obtain it when we strike. We're starting to reach a point where we know enough to take action. Let's meet after dark at the usual place and discuss our options. Leonard, signing off.